Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Catmanjoe, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about some old series that I created and take some criticism surrounding them and put it into a video format. In total, we're going to be talking about 5 different series, some new and some really old, that have been heavily criticized and some lightly criticized. I'm going to do my very best to respond to all the criticism, and I hope you guys all enjoy it for this one different video, guys. So yeah, let me know what you all think, and let's get right into the video. So let's start with the comment that made me initially look back at some of my older series and inevitably fueled me to create this video. The other week I got a notification from YouTube saying a user called IMJ had commented on my series trailer for my new upcoming stream series called Vikingcraft, saying the following: "How about finishing an old series like the Water Temple rather than starting a new one, or are you just going to ditch this series too?" I don't usually take cheeky comments or even outright rude comments personally, but being completely honest, this one, it kind of sort of hurt, to be honest, and I think the reason why was because I personally knew he wasn't wrong in both his statements. Rather than starting a new series, I should be focusing on wrapping up any old incomplete ones, and I did inevitably ditch quote unquote the Vikingcraft series after just one single stream. Although my reasons behind wrapping up the Vikingcraft series were justifiable and understandable, his point about wrapping up old series before starting new ones kinda, to be honest, stuck with me. Like, honestly, even that night when I went to my bed, it was still kind of in my head, you know, living rent free, as they say. And I don't think viewers fully understand that, you know, your comments do have an impact on the content creator. For me, at least, they do. It's one of the main reasons why responding to comments became so challenging, because the bigger I got, the more negative comments I started to see, which did at one point, and at most points actually, really heavily demotivate me, because I love seeing positive comments, but whenever you see one negative, it outweighs 30 positive. But let's talk about the How to Build an Ocean Monument series and discuss why it got abandoned, and read some of the comments on the last cliffhanger episode. The first comment we have right here, or have here, is again from the user IMJ, saying, "Bruh, I watch and follow 14 episodes and you haven't even completed 3 years later. WTF, so many people were building along and depended on this and you just didn't post the next stuff." So before I even begin explaining everything behind why the series got abandoned, I want to just say that I am genuinely sorry. I should have fully finished the series originally, or at least not have waited as long to finish it in general, as opposed to just outright leaving it behind for 3 years. I could have, and probably should have honestly, informed new viewers that the series wasn't complete and I didn't intend to finish it anytime soon. Now let me just kind of break down why the series got abandoned, because I'm sure from an outside new perspective like this user IMJ's, it probably looks like the series was quite successful and got abandoned for no visible reason. You know, the playlist for the series has 10,000 plus views, almost all the episodes have over 1,000 views, you know, with the first episode having even 12,000 views to be specific, and in total, with all the views from all, 14 episodes collected, it all equals about 42,000 views. So why did I abandon it? Well, believe it or not, when I initially started the series way back in January 2018, all the episodes struggled to surpass 100 views in general. In fact, at one point, that How to Build an Ocean Monument series was my least viewed series, and due to that being the case, and the amount of time it was taking me to produce one single episode, I decided to take a small break from it after the 14th episode uploaded. I also found out while making the 13th and 14th episodes that not all monuments are the same, interior wise at least, and due to me originally using different photos from Google to construct the interior, I was creating this unorganized interior that didn't make sense, so that was a bit of an underlining issue as well. Then to add the cherry on top, in early November 2020, my PlayStation 4 was turning on and I had a power cut, which caused me to lose all my account data, which included the world I used to record the How to Build an Ocean Monument series on. So overall, things just weren't working out in the favor of that series, and due to those actual reasons, plus my own change in style when it came down to recording videos, from my old school style which those videos were recorded in, which was an unscripted freehand style, to my new more professional scripted style, it made coming back to the series, even more of a challenge. So before we move on, I just want to say, and I just want to announce, that I will be releasing the last episode of How to Build an Ocean Monument series this week, guaranteed. It's now legitimately marked down as a must, and I promise it'll be worth the wait. Now let's talk about my series Minecraft Mashup Packs for free and Minecraft Battle Mode Maps download series. These two series were a collaborative series I done with my good friend, or my good YouTuber friend, Ted Wateri, and another good friend of the channel and obviously fan of the channel as well, Defcon_XD. The purpose of them both was, like the names imply, it was to give people the official Minecraft Mashup Packs for free, and same with the old school legacy battle maps. Now this series was criticized quite a bit for one specific reason, and let me just read out a few of the comments to see if you can find out what that reason was. "You're so useless, you just want hackers to hack into people's accounts," shaking my head. "It said my connection isn't secure and it detected hackers. This is the worst how to download channel ever. All your download links only lead to ads. Upload them on Google Drive or Dropbox. It's literally clickbait. You dodge everyone who asks why you put for Java, downloaded the file, there is no Java world in here at all. Bro, the map files only work for Bedrock Edition. Don't clickbait people saying this works on Java. Shaking my head.
You scam, you have no tutorial, you fake unsubscribe.
Another clickbait. Well, that was misleading. So, did you manage to guess what the reason was? Yeah, the links weren't correct. In fact, almost all of the 25 videos made between both of these series were incorrect. To give some context, DefConXD originally reached out to me via Twitter as a fan of my channel and provided me with all the downloadable links for the mashup pack maps and the battle mode maps as well. However, I didn't possess the knowledge or correct equipment required to get the maps onto my PS4 or to share the maps publicly as well. That's where I reached out to my good friend Teddy, another YouTuber, because she was already well established in the Minecraft PlayStation modding community. Teddy was able to help me transfer the maps from the files onto her PS3, then she'd give me the go ahead to transfer them from the PS3 or her PS3 to my PS4, allowing me to create the videos on them. We eventually ended up having this little 3-person collab with Defcon being the original map provider, of course a link provider, Teddy being the map converter, and me being the video producer. Once this was sort of established, I asked Teddy personally to make the shareable links that we'd use to add in the description and encouraged her to use the site AdFly so that she could earn a little bit of money for all of her hard work, because Teddy wasn't being paid at all for any of the work that she was doing, and obviously she was helping me, not her. What happened though was, due to us having to rush with the map transferring and the series in general because of the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 World Transfer being discontinued, we made a few mistakes to say the least. Teddy, to give her full credit, was doing all of the work. She was transferring the maps, making the links, trying to find the correct links for certain maps, trying to get the maps to work because some of them simply wouldn't work. It just got all, I think, a little bit too confusing for all of us, or for both of us, and what ended up happening was the links that were provided weren't correct, some leading to, people to other maps of obviously the same sort but just different maps, and some being dangerous due to the trashy site AdFly. Myself, Teddy, and Defcon never once intended to spread malware or cause any harm to anyone's computer if we did. However, AdFly was a stupid choice of a website to use for our links, and I know it caused quite a bit of hassle for a few players, to say the least. I take full responsibility for all the mistakes that those two series have shared, and whether it be with the links being wrong or anything else, I just want to apologize to anybody who felt deceived by those videos, and I want to reiterate that I made those videos with a passion, and I wanted to make nothing else in the community happy. As soon as this video airs, I'll be personally removing all the links from the descriptions of those videos if I haven't already, and when I do find all the correct links, of course, for all the actual correct maps and whatnot, I will make a follow-up video sharing them all. Now let's talk about another build series of mine, the Minecraft How to Build a Minigame Lobby series, to be specific. This series was actually the series that came before the How to Build an Ocean Monument series, and it ended after only 10 episodes due to the same reason as the Ocean Monument series, a lack of interest and a lack of views. However, now, just like the Ocean Monument series, the series had garnished, obviously, or has garnished a huge amount of views, with it still receiving comments asking for episode 11. The reason why this series ended on a cliffhanger of sorts was because I did intend to create more episodes, but literally just after episode obviously 10, I left the UK and moved to Holland for a few months, and while away I sort of lost interest with the series. Plus, the way I'd done these tutorials was on a layer by layer basis, which is better since people can pause the video and work on one layer at a time, and it is also quicker for me to showcase. However, in practice it can be incredibly tedious to set up, because if you build obviously 20 blocks tall, or your build itself is 20 blocks tall, you need to build the same building 20 different times to show each layer being built, which for me was far too much time consuming. I do plan on returning to finish that series, however I'm still trying to work out how exactly I will do that, so I don't want to give a specific date or whenever I will, but it will return in the future. And now finally, for our 5th series, we have the Minecraft Tutorial World Download series. This was another collaborative series I'd done with Teddy, however this only sadly lasted 1 episode, but being honest, if you watched that 1 episode, I'm sure you would enjoy it. The only single video in the series gained over 26,000 views and a great response from the community. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because starting tomorrow, the long awaited next episode covering the next tutorial world will be released, as I plan on finishing this series fully and giving out all the tutorial world downloads for both Java and Bedrock Edition, and I hope to finally one day as well obtain all the Legacy Edition downloads as well, or actual downloadable, I guess, maps as well, if you want to call them that, so I can give them out also. I know this video is probably longer than it needs to be, and most people have probably stopped watching the video by this point as well, but I just wanted to create this video to address some of the valid and genuine understandable criticism I've received over the past few months on these series, and I also wanted to update anyone on the situation surrounding these older, I guess now somewhat forgotten series on the channel. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like in it and subscribe, as it helps out a bunch, and let me know what series you're looking forward to seeing return. Once again though, I'd like to just apologize for any inconvenience I caused anyone with the links or cliffhangers. I hope you give me a second chance, but yeah, thanks for watching everybody. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day or great night wherever you guys all are, and yeah everybody, see you all later.